Hello. Ahead of potentially huge change within the game of Gaelic football, Jim Gavin and Eamonn Fitzmaurice have joined myself and Damian to have a look through some of the changes that are going to be coming to the game. Now, they will do separate little videos, which you can see online on RT Sport, taking us through what they call some of the core enhancements. But at the moment, Jim and Eamonn are with us to just give us an overview of exactly what is happening. So what can people expect to see over the course of the next few weeks?
Yeah, so we'll be launching the survey, Joanne, in early October. We'll have interprovincial games taking place on the 18th and 19th of October in Croke Park. And I should say, RTE, we're very grateful that you're covering some of the games. And then we'll have an opportunity for players, officials, administrators and the wider GA public and sporting public to view the games.
Eamonn, just as regards to creating more contests, more kick play, more fielding, more excitement in the game, how important is it that some of these rules come together as a package, a mini package, and coexist together?
Yeah, that's a good point, Damian. I think that a lot of the rules, enhancements that are coming in, they are married together, they do work together, they do complement each other, particularly those core enhancements. But when you think about the likes of the 3-3 rule in terms of structure, the 2-point arc, the goalkeeper beyond the halfway line, they all work really well together. And if you were to take one out, it probably would impact on the other two. So they do coexist. We've seen them in those sandbox games, particularly the most recent one. And one of the things that jumped out at us was how well things coexist and how easily things embedded, both from the playing perspective and from the refereeing perspective, which was something that we were very conscious of from the off.
Is that not something that could cause you issues then, because you need to get this through a special Congress in order for it to have a year-long trial? So if you're saying that they complement each other and some of these delegates like some but they don't like the others, they may be put off by the fact that you're saying they go really well together.
Yeah, we don't see it as an issue, Joanne. The terms of reference that we've been given, which the association has for itself, is that Gaelic games will become the most exciting amateur games in the world to play and watch, and specifically we're looking at Gaelic football. So when we get all the stakeholder engagement, over 7,000 responses, emails, letters to Croke Park for our attention, people in general say that the game is in a good space.
But they're not the ones who put through the rules, so Jim.
Yeah, if I could finish, they say the game is in a good pace. But when you dive down into the specifics of what they want to see change, we've addressed those in what we call our 7 core enhancements. If provincial council members, central council members, special Congress council members have particular perspectives, that's their perspectives. We believe, and our strategy is to show these games, in a very meaningful way, very public way. We've been very transparent with how we've went our engagement, our process of a football review committee. The feedback has been great from all provinces, from all stakeholders, and we really believe that when people see these on the 18th and 19th, they're going to be impressed.
The work you guys have put in has been fairly considerable. There's a lot to get through and maybe a lot to transport into Gaelic games. What's it been like in the Sandbox games? What's coming through? Can players pick up all the rules at one go? Can referees handle that workload as well?
They can, very much so, Damian. It's been very positive. I suppose starting out initially, there was a good bit of change. But as the summer has gone on, it's been out in the public domain, the things that we're trying to do. People have been probably thinking about it. Players have been thinking about it. Certainly the referees have been thinking about it. We'd Martin McNally refereeing last weekend. We've had David Coldrick. They were absolutely outstanding in terms of how quickly they got everything, how well they refereed the games. Similar from the players' perspective. And, some of the comments that came out of last weekend was that people were surprised, bearing in mind the amount of changes that are there, how seamless it was, and that it's just really a natural game of football, a good game of football. And as Jim mentioned, I think the showcase games in Croke Park are a fantastic opportunity for everyone to see it, and there's a kind of a security and a confidence around that we're not reluctant to showcase it and be worried about what's going to emerge. We're confident that when the games are seen, that people will say, yeah, it works.
But again, it is these delegates at Special Congress who put them through. Are there too many to be able to tell what works and what doesn't work?
Yes, so I think when you look at them in isolation, it comes across as a lot. And conceptually, if one isn't maybe involved at a coaching level, you might might struggle with some of them, and we get that. And the way the rule book is written, it's a bit of, you know, it's the laws of our game, so they can be quite difficult to understand as well. But as we said, when you see them coming together in a game of football and what it looks like a natural game of football. So we believe that really our elders who are in Central Council on Special Congress, you know, they know the game better than most, and they've seen, you know, the game transition from the 70s, 80s, and all the way through. And we believe that when they obviously negotiate and get direction from their clubs and the counties, that people will say, do you know what? This is the right thing to do, because people in general are saying that the game needs to change, not in a dramatic way, but it needs to change, and these are rules that we believe enhance the current rule book and really complement the current rule book.
I think when they see the games, Joanne, the point is that it's not one rule enhancement that's making the game look like it does. It's not one set of coaching principles that has made the championship what it was this year gone by. It's a lot of things combining, and I think when we see those games, they will be very much just like a good game of football. And I don't think people need to dredge down too deep into it. They'll be able to see that, yeah, that's an enjoyable game of football to watch, possibly better than a lot of the stuff we saw, particularly in the latter stages of the championship this season gone by.
Yeah, I think just on that, when people see, you know, they'll see a 40-metre arc, they'll see a dashed line, they'll see the tropes, 2 players on the sideline. They're the most probably obvious things where we go, that's a change. We believe that other than that, people will probably struggle to see where are the rule enhancements, where do they put in? Because as Eamonn said, it looks like there's a natural flow to the game.
Jim, on that note then, would that affect your thinking about club level and the implementation of what we're going to see, you know, on the 18th and 19th and hopefully next year, and then filter it down to club level? Will that be an immediate transition, or will there be a staggered period there?
Yeah, so our default position is that from the 1st of January, that these rule enhancements, or temporary rules as they'll be known, from they go forward to Special Congress and to our Corla, they're in from the 1st of January. But we have listened to what the feedback people have given us, and there are people see there are challenges that some of the rules mightn't be applicable for certain grades. For example, 40-metre arc at under 16. That's a sporty kick for a 15-year-old player to be kicking, get a 40-metre point from a 40 metres. But the 3v3 structure is probably the most challenging, that people are maybe struggling a little bit until they actually see it and how will it work. And our perspective is that if this becomes part of the rules of Gaelic football, so from under 10 all the way through to 18 and senior level, that's just the rule. You keep 3 players in each half of the field. Like they do in lacrosse, for example, they keep 2 players in each half of the field. It's just part of the rule of Gaelic football. But we have considered that, and ultimately be up to our Corla and Special Congress if they wish to cascade some rules that apply. And our perspective will be, our position will be all in for inter-county, and then there may be some an option where some might cascade at different levels.
Eamonn, Jim, thank you, and best of luck with the games.
Good morning.
Thanks.